Welcome to another episode of Off the Beaten Path, where we show you the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
All right. Jeff and I are just getting back from State College, Pennsylvania. We were there for a football weekend, but interestingly enough, we weren't there for football. I'll take you to downtown State College to the State Theater, and we'll check out the performing arts in Happy Valley.
And we take a trip to a State College brew pub named after a cat. It's true.
And after last week's Hazelton feast on the show, we had to work some of it off, so I went down to Rails to Trails.
And on this installment of Chris and his camera, we'll all dance our cares away and let the music play down at Lost River Caverns in Hellertown. All this coming up on Off the Beaten Path.
Now you just saw the Greater Hazelton Rails to Trails in a condensed 30 seconds. To get a better understanding of the Rails to Trails program as a whole, we talked to Bob Skolsky, the Executive Director of the Greater Hazelton Area Civic Partnership. Try saying that 10 times fast. Anyway, we asked how the program was started.
Back in the early 90s, when the railroads would start going out of business, or knocking down spur lines that they no longer used. To preserve these spur lines, Congress enacted a legislation that would allow the railroad to hang on to the property, even if it was taken by eminent domain or some other way, rather than have it revert back to its original owner if it was used for recreational purposes, such as parks or trails, etc. And that's how it really started.
We then asked Bob how this trail was created, and he said it's similar to how other ones are developed.
In 1998, concerned citizens wanted to do a study what we could do to make Hazelton a better place to live, learn, work, worship, and play. And one of the recommendations that came out was we needed a hike and biking trail in our area, because the young professionals who we want to keep in our community like that kind of amenities, and we didn't have it. And a lot of people, I mean, not only young professionals, but everybody likes Rails to Trails. And the recommendation came out that we develop a Rails to Trails, so a group of volunteers that were really interested in pursuing that got together, and they start looking at possible routes. They figured the best route for our trail here would be from the Greater Hazelton area to connect up with Eckley Miners Village, so we could pick up the heritage of the coal mines, etc., and how the coal was transported to the marketplace, but also to connect it up with the Lehigh Gorge Trail, which is a 165-mile corridor that comes from Philadelphia, eventually ends up at Wilkes-Barre and connects up with the Susquehanna Greenways and other trails.
Now that is the entire plan for this trail, but currently it is 4 miles. In the near future, they're planning to expand it 2 more.
We hope to expand the trail 2 miles into Hazelbrook, and we're actually going to be putting a 121-foot bridge over the active rail line during this process, a hiking and biking bridge.
Even though most Rails to Trails obtain state and federal funding, they are in large part maintained and built by volunteers.
We have a good network of volunteers. We have over 250 people that have signed up as Friends of the Trail and help out at various times. Our core group is probably 15 people. It varies. But we could probably depend on over 100 people when we need a certain thing. They see something that fits them, they have a pickup truck that we need to use, they'll volunteer their use. We need some topsoil, they have some topsoil, they'll get it for us. So it's maintained by volunteers, it's being built by volunteers and maintained by volunteers.
And the main goal of these trails?
Get people outdoors, get the kids away from the boob tubes and show them how nice it is to be outdoors.
And I found a couple of people doing exactly that, and they come out to the trail on a regular basis.
It's good for exercise, it's beautiful, it's very well maintained.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. I like all the little exercise stations that they have. It's good. little pit stop, and you can bring your dog out here.
Now, after all this talk about the trail, I decided to go explore it myself. The trail starts off nice and smooth and gets a little rough after Stockton Road, and then smooths out again after the watershed. I'm going to show you this part of the trail because most people don't use it. It's calm, it's peaceful, and there's a lot of beautiful Pennsylvania scenery.
One thing I could deal without is bugs. There seems to be swarms and spots, and me, like a genius, didn't bring bug spray. It is very nice scenery. We don't usually get to see this kind of part of Pennsylvania on a daily basis, so that in itself makes the trip worth it. There's a lot of things of this trail I didn't know about. I used to stop up at the watershed until last year when they told me, oh, it goes another mile. Hold on, I gotta stop and take a shot of this for everyone there at home.
But there's not just one awesome view, there are several.
Working off those Jimmy dogs, that's for sure.
I finished the trail in about 30 minutes. It took me another 30 to get back to my car. So all in all, I did 8 miles within an hour. Not a bad day outside. If you're interested in going out to Rails to Trail, I suggest checking out traillink.com. It has a complete listing of all the trails throughout the US, and you can search by state and city. Hey, I found 34 more trails within 50 miles of this one, and 13 of them are within a 25-mile radius. So don't be a couch potato. Go outside and enjoy a nice day. Just let everyone know Off the Beaten Path sent you.